let's say you are sad right now, right? You put I am sad. This is a label. Okay? So you've then boxed yourself in to being sad, which means your entire experience is this sadness. So anytime you are in a state of sadness, you will then keep ruminating and find other ways to reinforce this label of sadness, which means anything which may make you happy, make you feel joy, be calm, is fighting to try and get past this label that you've decided you are. Whereas if you say, I am experiencing my terrible right sadness, if you're just experiencing sadness, there's a big difference between I am sad and I am experiencing sadness, because then by understanding that you're only experiencing it, it just becomes part of you. Okay, this is the sadness you're experiencing, but because you are not labeling yourself as sad, then that joy, happiness and calm, you can also be experiencing these, or be open to experiencing each of these. I put calm. You can be open to experiencing these because you have not defined yourself as just being sad. Now, this works in so many different ways, because as soon as you've labelled yourself, let's say you say, I am bad at math. Again, you're going to be reinforcing this belief, so that anytime a simple calculation comes up, let's say 2 plus 2, I know that's really easy and people know it, but let's say it was like 2 times 17. Because you've labelled yourself as being bad at math, as soon as a situation comes up where a maths problem comes, you already identify as being bad at math. So before even giving it a go, the label that you've put on yourself is reinforcing the idea that you aren't able to do this because you are bad at it. As soon as you put a label on something, you restrict the other avenues, the other possibilities of being. Like, if you just say, in the past, I have struggled with math. Again, you're detaching from the experience, because once you do that, you're able to see it from different ways. You're able to see other possibilities, and you're not labelling yourself as bad at math. You're just saying that, you know what, I have struggled with this in the past, which is completely different. This statement, in the past I've struggled with math, and I am bad at math. These two are not the same. They're not the same at all. Once you're able to detach from your experience, you're able to get a third person point of view. You're able to see that that does not define you, because you cannot be defined. You cannot be defined. The you that woke up this morning is different from the you that goes to bed. because life is constantly changing. The only guarantee in life is that it's changing constantly. It's like you can never step in the same river twice, because there's a constant flow happening. So when you label yourself as what you're doing is preventing the flow. You're preventing things from continuing because you've decided that it cannot change, that you've got a fixed mindset. I am bad at math. That is, oh, I can't get better at math, or I will always be bad at math. The language that you use, the labels that you put on yourself, are prohibiting you from growing, from changing, from being able to see a scenario or a circumstance from different angles, different perspectives, different emotions, different thoughts. So just be careful of using labels. Labels equals finite. You equals infinite. Goes down to being. If you are going to use a label, that label needs to be something that reinforces the person you want to be or are trying to become. Like, for example, I am abundant. Now, yes, this is a label. Yes, it boxes, but because it is a positive statement, because abundance is opening you up to many different things. You can be abundant in health, you can be abundant in wealth, you can be abundant in joy, you can be abundant in so many different ways. So yes, this is a label, but because you have been specific with the type of labels you use, and if you use them at all, you can change the game. You can change how you see yourself, how you see the world, how you see your experiences. So yeah, that's a quick one.